Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to touch on one topic that I often get in my messages and also provide you guys with a few words of encouragement regarding this season's intake season. And one of the most common questions that I get is, what are my chances? I have so-and-so going on. What are my chances of getting in? Or what are my chances of getting accepted? Do you think this will happen? And to be honest, I can't rightfully say what your chances are. I can tell you that to be eligible to apply for membership, you have to meet the minimum requirements of the organization that you're interested in joining. What are those minimum requirements? It varies from organization to organization, but the main ones are GPA, credit hours, community service. Those are usually the basics. With graduate membership is usually to have a 4-year degree, to meet a certain GPA credit for undergrad depending on the organization, and whatever other requirements are there. But those are like the basic ones. As long as you meet those basic requirements, you are eligible to have a chance at being invited for membership. Now the rest is completely up to the chapter. What are your chances of being invited upon having those minimum requirements met? Again, it's up to the chapter. But at the same time, if you're doing what you're supposed to do, watching my videos for start, but also interacting with the members, making your presence and interests known to organizations that will accept those kinds of things, make sure you're following the rules listed in terms of just expressing your interest, I think that you have a pretty fair shot of being invited to intake. The ways that you can maximize your chances is by making sure that you're, one, meeting the requirements, but also exceeding the requirements. So if you know that your GPA is a 2.0 and you know the minimum is a 2.5, it's likely 100% that you're not going to be invited for intake or invited for formal rush or what have you, because you haven't met the bare minimum requirement. Now say you've met like the minimum, you have a 2.56 and the minimum is a 2.5. Yes, it is possible that you are eligible upon meeting all other requirements. You could very well be invited, but also know that it's important to strive for higher, because while you have that minimum 2.56 when the actual requirement is a 2.5, you could find yourself falling below your GPA during your intake process because you have other obligations through school, and then as soon as you are inducted into the organization, you're placed on probation because you fell below the requirement to maintain your membership. So it's important to strive for higher, and you guys have heard me mention that before. It's very important that you do that so that you have that cushion to help you if needed, if you find that you have like a lot going on with being a member and or joining an organization and being a member of other things, or just regular school obligations. So that's why I say it's important to strive for higher. Altogether, if you meet the requirements and you've done everything that you think that you're supposed to do and you're still not invited or you're still not selected for membership, that's okay. 9 times out of 10, it'll happen. And well, not 9 times out of 10, but there's probably like a 50-50 chance, maybe 60-40, depending on who you are and what you got going on, that you won't be accepted for membership at that time, and that's totally okay. I totally missed the boat with joining my organization for the first time, and it wasn't due to me missing the minimum membership requirements. It was me not being well known by the chapter to be invited. So it happens. It happened to me. If it happened to me, it can happen to anybody. But I'm also a member of my sorority of my dreams because I kept going and I kept pursuing what I wanted and made sure that I learned from my mistakes from last time. So I say all of this to say that while there is an opportunity for you to join the organization that you want to join, there's also a slim chance, maybe a huge option or a huge slight thing that goes on to where it's possible where you're not accepted and you've done everything that you can do. And that's okay. If it's meant to happen, it will happen for you. And I want you guys to stay encouraged knowing that this intake season or the next intake season, it will happen for you. Learn from your mistakes. I'm here if you have any questions, as always. And I encourage you guys to make sure that you are following the steps. Not saying that my stuff is golden, but there are some preparatory messages and preparatory videos that I have in place for you guys to watch. There's my intake prep course. I offer services regarding reviews and things like that for your resume or your letter, just so you can have that stuff fleshed out. Again, not to be a coach, but just to be like that extra set of eyes if you need it, because some people don't have anyone to talk to about joining an organization. I'm here if you have these questions. So I highly encourage you guys to just keep going, keep striving. If you have questions, I'm here for you, and don't give up. It's something that's going to happen. And if you guys ever have any questions for me, you can always reach out to me and let me know. There's always an opportunity for you guys, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and found some encouragement from it. And I'll see you guys next time. Best of luck for the season.